Good day everyone, good day Ma'am Mel. I'm Hannah Rochelle Sartin, so I'm the first report. So, human flourishing in science and technology. Learning outcomes. At the end of this chapter, the student should be able, first, discuss what technology reveals. Second, examine modern technology and its role in human flourishing. And third, explain the role of art in a technological world. The progress of human civilization throughout history mirrors the development of science and technology. The human person as both the bearer and beneficiary of science and technology flourishes and finds meaning in the world that he or she builds. In the person's pursuit of a good life, he or she may unconsciously acquire, consume, or destroy what the world has to offer. It is thus necessary to reflect on the things that truly matter. Science and technology must be taken as part of human life that merits reflective, and as the German philosopher Martin Heidegger says, meditative thinking. Science and technology, despite its methodological and technical nature, gives meaning to the life of a person making his or her way in the world. This passage argues that the advancement of human civilization is closely linked to the progress of science and technology. Humans, as both creators and users of these advancements, finds meaning and purpose in the world they shape. However, it emphasizes the importance of reflection on the impact of science and technology, suggesting that they should be approached with a meditative mindset, even with their methodological and technical nature. Science and technology contribute to find meaning in the lives of individuals navigating the world. Next, to be able to appreciate the fruits of science and technology, they must be examined not only for their function and its instrumentality, but also for their greater impact on humanity as a whole. These various gadgets, machines, appliances, and vehicles are tools that make human lives easier because they serve as a means to an end. Their utility lies on providing people with a certain good, convenience, or knowledge. Meanwhile, medical research employs the best scientific and technological principles to come up with cures for diseases and ways to prevent illnesses to ensure a good quality of life. The fruits of science and technology should be appreciated not just for their functionality and practicality, but also for their broader impact on humanity. It highlights how machines, appliances, and vehicles makes human lives easier, while medical research utilizes scientific principles to find cures and prevent illness, contributing to a better quality of life.
Good day, ma'am and classmates. We are now in our next video and we're here to talk about technology as a way of revealing. What is the essence of technology in our world? So we have the two types of definition of what technology or the essence of technology is. So we have first the instrumental definition, which talks that technology is the means to an end. And then number two, it's the anthropological definition. It says that technology is a human activity. Both definitions are correct, but however, neither touches the true essence of technology, that that is the application of science. And we have here the next slides that will present Heidegger views on technology as the way of revealing. Heidegger is a German philosopher, and one of his important part of philosophy is about the view of technology. Heidegger stressed out that the truth can only be pursued through the correct ways. Simply, what is correct leads to what is true. In this sense, he envisioned technology as a way of revealing, as a mode of bringing forth. Bringing forth can be understood through the ancient Greek philosophical concepts or poiesis. Poiesis, which refers to the acts of bringing something out of concealment. Bringing something out of concealment, that the truth of that something is revealed. Therefore, it's the way of revealing. The truth is understood through another ancient Greek concept of aletheia, which translated as enclosed, unconcealed disclosure of truth, or telling about the truth. That's aletheia. Technology is a form of poiesis, the way of revealing that unconcealed aletheia or truth. The technology under the views of Heidegger's. In philosophy, technique resembles the term episteme, that refers to the human ability to make and perform techne. Techne also encompasses knowledge and understanding. In art, it refers to a tangible and intangible aspect of life, and the Greeks understood techne in a way that encompasses not only craft but acts of mind and poetry.
Good day each one of you. My name is Kyla Ziroshana, base 82, major in Animal Science, section B. So my topic is all about technology as poiesis applicable to modern technology. This report explores the concept of technology as poiesis, a term drawing inspiration from the ancient Greek concept of poiesis, meaning making or creation. This framework suggests that technology, like art, is a creative force that shapes and transforms our world. Technology as poiesis applicable to modern technology. Heidegger's concept of technology as poiesis contrasts with modern technology, which is aggressive and challenges nature. Modern technology forcibly extracts resources for human consumption and storage, leading to the setting upon of the land. Mining is an example of how modern technology challenges nature by forcefully extracting minerals to meet human demands. The revealing in modern technology is continuous and never-ending, as everything is always on demand. Information is readily available, food is harvested even out of season, and space travels despite gravity. We no longer need to work with nature's rhythms as we have learned to control it. Modern technology has ushered in an age of switches, standing reserve, and stockpiling for its own sake. This is evident in the mechanization and digitization of various areas of life such as agriculture, communication, and transportation. Example of Heidegger technology. This image shows us industrial complex within a natural landscape, symbolizing how modern technology extracts resources from nature. It reflects the tension between exploiting nature for human use and preserving its natural state, aligning with Heidegger's idea of technology challenging and controlling nature. Quote for today: what kind of concealment is it then that is peculiar to that which results from this setting upon the challenges? So everywhere, everything is ordered to stand by, to be immediately unbanned, indeed to stand. They're just so that it may be on call for a further ordering. Whatever is ordered about in this way has its own standing. We call it the Standing Reserve, Heidegger, 1977. And that's all. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I am Esterbel Al Akot, the next reporter, and I will be reporting about the topic questioning as the piety of thought. So, questioning as the piety of thought is Heidegger's statement that emphasizes the importance of stepping back, questioning, and observing the intricacies of mechanisms and mobile applications, as well as the people and circumstances that enable them. This approach provides a wealth of insights, allowing us to appreciate the complexity of technology. So, in the picture, I have highlighted the phrase questioning is the piety of thought. Based on Heidegger's philosophy, the word questioning is an act of seeking deeper insight. It's not just asking for answers, but exploring the underlying meaning of things. While in the word piety of thought, piety is used to mean a kind of respectful submission or reverence, not necessarily religious, but a devotion to the act of thinking deeply and thoughtfully about things. So that part's explain about the idea of Heidegger that questioning is a crucial way to understand the world. According to Heidegger, questioning involves stepping back to observe and appreciate the complexity of technology, like the intricate details of mechanisms and mobile applications. Through this reflection, we can gain a deeper understanding of the technologies we use and the people behind them. So next we have is Heidegger's concept of piety is not just about religious beliefs, but also about obedience and submission. In the context of technology, one must be submissive to the insights it elicits. Sometimes, thinking leads to insights that the mind has not yet fully developed, and these insights become significant when they are evoked by questioning who we are in the world. For instance, the fact that we are made of same substances as the stars is a known truth. However, we must question this truth and submit ourselves to our thoughts, leading to a search for our place in the universe and the grand scale of things. This process helps us understand our true identity as the beings in this world. So, this suggests that Heidegger's concept of piety is not limited to religious beliefs, but also includes qualities like obedience and submission. This means that unlike in the first part, in the word piety was redefined by Heidegger as an attitude of reverence for thought itself, being open to whatever insights may come from deep reflection. The word obedience and submission indicate that we must humble ourselves before the act of questioning, allowing thoughts and insights to emerge naturally rather than imposing our own assumptions. For Heidegger, this means yielding to the insights that technology and thought processes reveals to us. By allowing our thoughts to explore questions without predetermined answers, we can gain insights that help us understand our place in the world. Now, I have here a picture that has a figure in a meditative pose surrounded by question marks that visually represents Heidegger's idea about questioning as the piety of thought. In his view, questioning is a way of uncovering deeper insights and truths about existence and technology. You can see the figure with a contemplative pose mirrors Heidegger's idea of stepping back to reflect on what technology and existence reveal. The question marks on the picture emphasize an ongoing search for understanding, and this aligns with Heidegger's belief that questioning helps us uncover who we are in the world and our relationship with the technology.
Good day everyone, my name is Marjon Jaime, Grade A2, major in agronomy, section B. So my topic is all about and framing way of revealing in modern technology. So, inframing is articulated by Heidegger, describes how modern technology organizes and reveals the world, primarily viewing it as resource to be exploited. This perspective encourages a mindset focused on efficiency and control, often scoring deeper connection with nature and reality. By reducing entities to mere resources, inframing limits our understanding and appreciation of the world, prompting a need to explore alternative ways of revealing that foster a more respectful and integrated relationship with technology and the environment. In framing way of revealing in modern technology, according to Heidegger, modern technology reveals the world through inframing, a way of viewing nature as something to be ordered and controlled. This perspective reduces nature to a system of information that can be calculated and manipulated according to human desires, concealing the natural process of creation or process. Heidegger contrasts two ways of thinking. One is calculative thinking, which organizes and controls nature, and second is meditative thinking, which allows nature to reveal itself without interference. While both types of thinking are important, calculative thinking dominates because people seek control and security, even so it leads to exploiting the earth as a resource like a big gasoline station from which we instruct, stockpile, and put in standing reserve, ready to be used as we see fit. So this image can be related to a concept of inframing because it shows nature enclosed within a jar, symbolizing how we frame and constrain nature to better understand or control it, which mirrors the idea of inframing in modern technology. By placing nature in a jar, it represents the way humans often seek of order, manipulate nature, reducing it to a resource that fits within the systems of control, much like the standing reserve in Heidegger's philosophy.
Human person swallowed by technology. And when we say human person swallowed by technology, is a metaphor often used to describe the increasing reliance on an integration of technology into our lives. It suggests a situation where individuals become so dependent on technology that it's begin to dominate their thoughts, actions, and relationships. Though it is true that the individuals takes part in the revealing of nature, limits must still be recognized. Humans do not really call the shots on this earth. If we allow ourselves to get swallowed by modern technology, we lose the essence of who we are as beings in this world. So here are the examples of human person swallowed by technology. This is a passage or reminders that while we have the ability to shape and understand nature, we need to accept that we can't control everything. It points out that if we rely too much on technology, we risk losing touch with what makes us human. It's like a gentle warning to find a balance, embracing the benefits of technology while still respecting the natural world. Ultimately, it encourages us to use technology in a way that enhances our lives rather than allowing it to dominate them. If we are constantly plugged online and no longer have the capacity for authentic personal encounters, then we are truly swallowed by technology. If we cannot let go of the conveniences and profits brought about by processes and industries that pollute the environment and cause climate change, then technology has consumed our humanity. So here's another examples. So this is well as a reminders that we're always online and lose the ability to connect with others in a genuine way. Then technology has started to control our lives. Likewise, if we can't let go of habits that harm to the environment because they're convenient or profitable, we've let technology take away a part of what makes us human. It's about recognizing when progress comes as too high as cost to our relationships and the world around us. Thus, we shall never experience our relationships to the essence of technology so long as we merely represent and pursue the technological, put up with it or evade it. Everywhere we remain unfree and chained to technology, whether we passionately affirm or deny it. But we are delivered over to it in the worst possible way when we regard it as something neutral. For this conception of it, to Robert today, we particularly like to pay homage makes us utterly blind to the essence of technology. 1977 p.1. Thank you.
So, hello everyone, good morning. I am AJ Carlel King Bisinda, and today we're going to discuss about art as a way out of inframing. So, inframing, as the mode of revealing in modern technology, tends to block poesis. The poetry that is found in nature can no longer be easily appreciated when nature is inframed. If the earth has just become a gas station for us, then we have become inframed as well. In modern technology, the way of revealing is no longer poetic, it is challenging. When instruments are observed linearly, its poetry can no longer be found. For example, the watermill is a primitive structure compared to the hydropower plant, or the first iPhone model is just an obsolete piece of machine. People no longer realize how the watermill is more in tune with the rhythms of nature or how much genius went into the building of the first iPhone. Now, this is all about the idea of inframing in modern technology, which it argues or blocks our abilities to appreciate the poetry of nature. Inframing is the process of categorizing and defining the world around us, which ultimately limits our understanding of its true essence. Now, the author argues that this inframing process has led to the loss of the poetic in modern technology. As an example, the author compares the watermill, a primitive structure, to the hydropower plant. The watermill, they suggest, is more in tune with the rhythms of nature, while the hydropower plant represents a more inframed approach to energy production. Similarly, the author compares the first iPhone model to an obsolete piece of machine, arguing that people no longer appreciate the genius that went into this creation. The author also implies that we are so focused on the technological advancements and the inframed view of the world that we have lost sight of the underlying poetry and beauty of nature. In essence, the passage encourages us to reconsider our relationship with technology and to find ways to appreciate the beauty and wonder of the natural world that often goes unnoticed in our framed perspectives. So, Heidegger proposes art as a way out of inframing. With art, we are better able to see the poetic in nature in reality. And Heidegger stated that there was a time when it was not technology alone that bore the name techne. Once the revealing that brings forth truth into the splendor of radiant appearance was also called techne. Once there was a time when the bringing forth of the true into the beautiful was called techne. The poesis of the fine arts was also called techne. At the outset of the destining of the West, in Greece, the arts soared to the supreme height of the revealing granted them. They illuminated the presence of the gods and the dialogue of divine and human destinies. And the art was simply called techne. It was a single manifold revealing. It was pious, promise, yielding away to the holding sway and the safekeeping of truth. The arts were not derived from the artistic. Artworks were not enjoyed aesthetically. Art was not a sector of cultural activity. What was art, perhaps, only for that brief but magnificent age? Why did art bear the modest name technique? Because it was a revealing that brought forth and made present, and therefore belonged within poesis. It was finally that revealing which holds complete sway in all the fine arts, in poetry, and everything poetical that obtained poesis as its proper name, as stated by Heidegger in 1977. So, this passage of Heidegger is discussing the concept of technique and its relationship to art and poesis. It argues that technique, often translated as technology, is not limited to modern technology, but encompasses a broader concept of revealing and making present. The text emphasizes a time when technique wasn't solely associated with technology. It was the process of revealing truth, bringing forth beauty, or unveiling the divine. The passage connects technique with art. Art seen as technique because it reveals and makes presence the essence of beauty, meaning, and human experience. Technique is just not about creating or manipulating things. It's about uncovering and revealing something that was previously hidden. The text draws a connection between technique and poesis, which is a term for creation. Technique is considered a key component of the poesis because it makes the creation possible. It's the revealing or the bringing forth that allows the creative act to occur. Example, now imagine a sculptor. Their technique is their skill in carving and shaping. However, their poesis is the creation of a sculpture that embodies beauty, emotion, or a profound idea. The passage ultimately suggests that technique in its broader sense plays a crucial role in art and creative activity. It is the process of revelation that makes poesis possible. This is a powerful idea, as it emphasizes the importance of uncovering, revealing, and making present the things that give meaning and value to our world.
Hey everyone, it's Johnny and welcome to Martin Heidegger, The Philosophy of Time and Being. In this part of video, we explore the concept that Heidegger developed when meditatively looking at technology. One will begin to question its significance in her life. More than its instrument use, technology is normally tool of us that which solves problems, but Heidegger asserted that it is sometimes that most we question again. It is in questioning that we build a way to understand. In the nuclear age, we view nature as a problem to be solved. The calculating thinking in which we perceive nature in a technical scientific manner is becoming more important in the modern world. On the other hand, it is meditative thinking that provides a way for us to remain rooted in the essence of who we are. So ground us not to let our technology devices affect our real core and our nature to correct in the four causes.
So, Aristotle's conception of the four causes was mechanical. As explained by Heidegger, that for centuries philosophy has taught us that there are four causes. First one is the causa materialis, the material, the matter out of which, for example, a silver chalice is made. Next is the causa formalis, or the form, the shape into which the material enters. Next, we have the causa finalis, the end. For example, the sacrificial rite in which relation to which chalice required is determined as to its form and matter. And lastly, the causa efficiens, which brings about the effect that is the finished, actual chalice. In this instance, the silversmith. What technology is when represented as a means, discloses itself when we trace instrumentality back to fourfold causality. Now, This text discusses the four causes explained by philosopher Aristotle and how they are related to the concept of technology. The four causes. First one is the causa materialis, which is the material from which something is made. For example, it's the silver used to make the chalice. Next, we have the causa formalis, or the form or shape the material takes. In the example, it's the specific shape of the chalice. The causa finalis, or the purpose or end goal for which something is made. The example uses a sacrificial rite as the reason for creating the chalice. Next is the causa efficiens, the agent or process that brings about the change. In this example, this is the silversmith who crafts the chalice. The context connects to the idea of technology. It says that when we think of technology as a means or something used to achieve a goal, understanding it requires tracing its roots back to these four causes. It suggests that technology is a product of a process involving the material, form, purpose, and the agent of creation.
Aristotle remained in the mechanical sense and did not allow for a truth to disclose itself. The photic character may be hidden, but it is her. For example, the ancient Greek experience of cause is action or indebtedness, not cause and effect. Those Greeks reverse the sun because they are indebted to it and not. But how can we embrace the present and be fully present in our daily lives? One way is cultivating mindfulness. Mindfulness involves intentionally focusing our attention on the present moment, fully immersing ourselves in what we are doing. An experience engaging in activities that bring us provide a sense of flow can also help us embrace the present, whether practicing yoga, painting, playing instrument, or engaging in sports. These activities allows us to enter state of complete absorption, or we lose track of time and connect deeply with presence. Moments. Another way to be present is by fostering meaningful connection with others, spending quality time with loved ones, engaging in deep conversation and truly listening to another nature also offers us a gateway to the present. Taking a walk in the park, feeling the breeze of our skin, listening to the sound of birds chirping, and observing the intricate details of the natural world can draw us in the here and now. And bye. Once again, I'm Johnny Cuevas Labi. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
So, good morning everyone. Good morning, Mamel. So this is my topic all about human flourishing as reflected in progress and development. So, human flourishing, an effort to achieve self-actualization and fulfillment within the context of a larger community of individuals, each with the right to pursue his or her own such efforts, and also to involve the rational use of one's individual human potentialities, including talents, abilities, and virtues in the pursuit of his fairly and rationally chosen values and goals. So, question: how do we know we are progressing?
So, of course, there are a sign that I can tell you that you are growing or you are continuously progressing. So, okay, as you reach adulthood, okay, everybody is adult, not right? So, we might figure out, or you might notice that you have lost relationships. It's either a loved one or your friends. As you grow old, your circle of friends became smaller.
not just like in our high school days. You need to be with a large group of people. But as you grow old, you value quality more than quantity. Right. Next sign that you are progressing is you are doubting your next step. Why? You are doubting because you are contemplating with yourself. Okay, you're being rational, thinking carefully about whether to take the next step, what to do next. What's the only way to think, okay? So, if you're progressing, you're doubting your next step. Okay, as we mature, we get excited when we were young. But as we progress in life, we start to value our peace and slow down. We began prioritize how we feel over what others think, validating our own emotions. We also start addressing unresolved feelings, reassessing ourselves one by one. That's how I know we're progressing. We realize there's no finish line and take things slowly. No need to rush. Thank you.
Good morning, Mama and Lion. Game Swimming lesson. This is my topic. Jason Hegel. Jason Hegel is the economic anthropologist whose research focuses on global inequality and political ecology. He is known for his books The Divide, A Brief to Global Inequality and Its Solutions 2017, and Less is More, How the Growth Will Save at the Autonomous University of Barcelona. He challenged to use to think and reflect on the paradigm of development. According to Jason Hegel, is this concept of development. Forget developing for countries, it's time to develop rich countries. So Jason Hegel is an economic anthropologist that focuses on global inequality and growth, and he argues for developing rich countries rather than pushing poorer ones to catch up the challenging conventional development models. And also his key works include The Divide 2017 and Less is More 2020. Next one is the Sustainable Development Groups are about to fresh plan your how to solve the world. More progressive types tell us that we need to shift some of the yields of a group from the richer segments to the population to proper ones, evening things out a bit. Neither approach is adequate. So 70% of people in middle and high income countries believe overconsumption is putting our planet at risk. Either we show down voluntary or climate change will do it for us. We can go in ignoring the laws of nature, but rethinking our theory of progress is only an ecological imperative. It is also a development one. Do not act soon or hard work one. If you do not soon, hard work against poverty will evaporate as food system collapse, and also mass famine emerged to an excellent not seen since 19th century. So sustainable development is groups are introducing new plans, but distributing wealth alone won't solve global issues. So overconsumption, especially in wealthy nations, is a major concern. So we must voluntarily reduce consumption or face the consequences of climate change. Good, whereas progress must progress must balance ecological and development goals or gains against poverty like loss and leading food system collapse and famine and etc. And that's all. Thank you.
Good day, Ma'am Mel. So, this is the continuation of our report. So, the average person in Ghana or Guatemala consumes. By contrast, people in the US and Canada consumes about 8 hectares per person, while Europeans consume 4.7 hectares, many times their fair share. So, in short, ecological footprints measures how much land and resources a person needs to support their lifestyle. People in Ghana and Guatemala have small footprints due to low resource use, while North Americans and Europeans have much longer footprints, consuming more than their fair share. So, this high resource use in wealthier nations stresses global ecosystem as Earth can sustainably support everyone at this level of consumption. For a balanced, sustainable world, wealthier countries would need to reduce the resource use. So, what does this mean for a theory of development? Economist Peter Edward argues that instead of pushing poorer countries to catch up with the rich ones, we should be thinking of ways to get rich countries to catch down to more appropriate levels of development. So, economist Peter Edward suggests rethinking development by having wealthy nations reduce, or what we call catch down, their consumption rather than pushing poorer nations to catch up. Instead of viewing high income, high consumption societies as the ideal, Edward proposes that we look to societies where people live well with low resource use as models of sustainable, efficient living. This approach redefines development as achieving well-being within ecological limits, focusing on sustainability rather than endless economic growth. So, how much do we really need to live long and happy lives? In the US, life expectancy is 79 years and GDP per capita is $53,000, but many countries have achieved similar life expectancy with a mere fraction of this income. Cuba has a comparable life expectancy to the US and one of the highest literacy rates in the world, with GDP per capita of only $6,000 and consumption of only 1.9 hectares, right of the threshold of ecological sustainability. So, healthy lives don't require high income or consumption. Cuba, with only $6,000 GDP, or what we call gross domestic product per capita, achieves similar life expectancy to the US by prioritizing healthcare and education, showing that well-being is possible with lower ecological impact. This suggests that access to essential services rather than wealth is the key to longevity and happiness. Yes, some of the excess income and consumption we see in the rich world yields improvements in quality of life that are not captured by life expectancy or even literacy rates. But even if we look at measures of overall happiness and well-being in addition to life expectancy, a number of low and middle income countries rank highly. While high income and consumption can enhance quality of life, many low and middle income countries achieve high happiness and well-being with far less. So in Costa Rica, for instance, ranks highly in happiness and life expectancy with just a quarter of the US income per capita. This suggests such a nations might be seen as approximately developed, achieving a balance and that richer nations could look to emulate, perhaps reconsidering the necessity of their excess consumption.
This illustration represents the concept of when vigor and good living in harmony with nature and each other. Good day everyone, my name is Rachel Pedro and my topic is all about making solution about this problem. The problem is, first is the current economy of constant growth and consumption harms the environment and society. The second is people in rich countries recognize this, but the proposal for degrowth or de-development are unpopular due to the negative framing. And the solution is reframe the idea around the positive quality. Focus alternatives. Focus on good living and the good life, prioritizing well-being over material wealth, and explore new economic measures beyond GDP. That's why I drew this diagram for you to understand the K concept and relationship within the Buen-Beaver concept. Buen-Beaver or good living consists of 6 components. First is human well-being, next is social equity, environmental sustainability, economic sustainability, community-driven, and lastly is inclusive development. Let's talk about human well-being. As a human, it is better to have good physical, mental, and environmental health fulfillment for you to become productive. Next is social equity. People have rights. For example, if you are accused or convicted, then you need to have justice and equality to achieve fairness as a human being. Environmental sustainability. Let's have to conserve and renew energy and practice eco-friendly to protect our ecosystem so that the biodiversity will continue. Economic sustainability. Balance and growth, social responsibility. As a human being, we need to be responsible for everything so that we can have more sustainable resources. Community-driven. We should participate and cooperate on what is the decision of our government, and let us show our quality instead of quantity. Be the solution and not a problem. Inclusive development. Example for this is cultural diversity, social cohesion, and equal opportunities. And this is my last message. We just focus on quality, well-being, and sustainability, embrace a positive, inclusive vision for a better future. Thank you and God bless.